rules that I think will govern our engagement. And I think when you look at our contract and our constitution, which I'll be sharing today, like there's nothing like much about our rules and regulations. I think we just need to have this in mind as we are engaging. And I think something else we shall be kind of like updating is our child protection policy. I think that we shall have up maybe like in a week's time. So yeah, that is basically about our rules and regulations. And I really encourage us to have this in mind, because we are a registered organization and our engagement with the community should be, like it should have a way to kind of reflect our core values as an organization, so that we can be able to protect the image of the African Student Support Network. Right. So our communication, we need to really keep connected. So as the AFRISSUN executives, I think our first kind of like platform I think we should be using is our emails. And so for our new programs director, I think I'll kind of like be getting you an email from programs at AFRISSUN. I'll be sending you that today. So that you can definitely like use to communicate with people. And I'm also going to share with you. So we kind of like use this. It's called Zenda. Sender. It's called Sender.net. So it's more like a mass email platform. So we kind of like have a database for the emails of our people, and we always send them emails. So that is what we use to kind of like send mass emails to everyone. But however, if you need to send an email to an individual, I think you can probably just I also like be sharing with you like a list of our emails of the members. And then we also like use social media platforms like WhatsApp in case maybe you want to keep connected with a friend, or you want to check on the members. Like most of our members right now mainly use social media platforms. So I think it's one way we engage with them. So in case you want to maybe send a kind of like a quick more like message to someone about some work or something, you can always use social media. But I'd really discourage sharing documents over social media, because yeah, you always update your WhatsApp, and I think you can lose some documents. And so yeah, we really encourage social media. However, as an organization, just like I put it at the start, we are really open to new ideas of how we can communicate better. And okay, yeah. So Letter is telling me he has issues with his laptop, uh, and the network is also not good. Yeah. So I'll probably just share with him the recording. So um, we are still open to better ways in which we can communicate. So initially we are using Trello, but it seemed like a very, I don't know, people saw as if it kind of like put a lot of work, seeing all these notes. I don't know. Shiba will really help us with that. I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know. But in case we have better, yeah, thank you. In case we have, like, in case at any point of this journey you figure out a better way in which we can communicate, I think we are really open to seeing that. Yeah, and we are also online, so I think many of us have gotten a chance to look at our um, website. We have our Instagram page, so we kind of like had people sign up to take up roles, and I think I'll kind of like be sharing with you the names of these people who are not able to kind of like take up the role. So one of them is Rachel. She's in Japan currently. She's a student at Retamaikan, whatever. Yeah, I really find it hard to pronounce that university. So she's kind of like helping us with the Instagram. And then Facebook, we don't really have anyone. I've been the one trying to do it, and Twitter. But I think as an organization, like social media platforms should be more like a way to put our messages out there in a very cheap way to kind of like get our marketing done. So we had someone who helped us kind of like draft a media plan. So how can we grow our social media platforms? How can we get more followers? Yeah. So Frank helped us grow from, I think, Twitter. I had like the Twitter handle open, I think 3 years back, but I didn't really know. Like, I'm not a Twitter person, so Frank took up the initiative, and within a week, he had grown our likes from I think it was around 5 followers to 200 followers in a week. So it was really great. And I think the challenge probably still facing is he doesn't know who should be like who should be like what should he be like what should he post and stuff like that. So I think as an organization, that those are some of the things we can think about. How do we want to be represented out there? We have a YouTube page that is still so dormant, but I think it can also be a wonderful weapon to kind of like pass on our messages. Yeah, and these are all platforms that are really open to any one of you. I'll be sharing. So I want to create like kind of like a document with all passwords of the platforms you have been using and what these platforms do. And then you can definitely, use these platforms in any way you want, because I believe all of us signed the contract. I signed the contract, and yeah, we shall definitely be using these platforms for the greater good of the network. Yeah. So our team culture is something I didn't really include here, because I feel like since we're kind of like more a new team that is trying to work together, I think it would be good if we think about what we want our culture to look like. How should we communicate? How should we engage with each other? So these are things I didn't really include in the kind of like in this presentation, because I believed that everyone definitely have something probably they have more like the way that they want to engage with each other and stuff like that. So I thought it would be great for me if I kind of like left it blank. And yeah, I think we don't have to do this today, but it's something I just wanted us to maybe think about, that probably in the later meetings we shall be having as executive meetings. We shall definitely have to set out a team culture that is going to help us communicate, to kind of like just guide our engagement to see that we get the best results. Yeah. So as an organization, we also believe that our executive team should not just come here and leave without being changed in one way or the other. So we also have a very wonderful incentive program that is going to be growing over time, because I believe the organization is not staying in one place. But yeah, based on where we started and where we are today, I see a bit of growth in our programs incentives. So the first opportunity we present you as an organization, we present you with a lot of growth opportunities to challenge yourself as an executive, to create systems that could positively impact people. So we give you a chance, we give you that space, just like I've talked about before, to test your leadership, to test your ideas, and I think that is a wonderful kind of like opportunity, which I think very many companies out there cannot be able to kind of like avail to you. So I think that is one of the incentives of this program, in that we don't have a lot of bureaucracy about decision making. And so decision making kind of like probably might involve 3 people. And I think by the time you test this wonderful system of yours, wonderful project, I think it can really come out kind of like very, very useful to you at the end of the day, because you're going to kind of like hone your skill set. And then we also have connections. So as an organization, I think we have been trying to forge relationships with new people. And given the fact that you're going to carry the AFRISSUN brand wherever you're going to be going, I think it's also like an opportunity for you to forge new connections on behalf of the organization. Because at the age of 17, at the age of 18, at the age of 20, at the age of 21, you're carrying such a big title. You're you're kind of training for. So right now you're giving you like a whole lot of experience, and I think through kind of like these kind of like positions you're going to be having, I think you're going to be able to interact with our corporate partners, to interact with our members, and to also like interact with our donor network, because not all events it will be us going. Like some programs, it will be anyone from the executive team representing the Africa Student Support Network. So I think it is definitely a very wonderful opportunity for us to grow. And then we have facilitation. So I think in the next year, this is something I think I included in the budget. We want to make sure that as an organization, we help you meet the kind of like costs you incur while trying to deliver services. So I think in the next budget, like in the budget for this year, which is $15,000, I included around I think it was around 4,000 to $5,000 to kind of like help cover like costs. So in case we want to make sure that we stay connected. So some of the costs we hope to cover is more like transport to cover your maybe like you're going for a program, we can buy for you a quick meal, we can be able to do this. We just want to make sure that you enjoy the process of doing work for the Africa Student Support Network. You're doing work for the African people and for the African child to see that they get the best out of whatever education or whatever situation they are in. And then recommendations. I believe all of us at a very kind of like crucial stage of our journey, like growth journey. We're still studying, we're still this. So as Africa Student Support Network, we're not really hesitant to, crafting for your recommendation. We don't mind you telling our story in your merging your story with our story. Like we don't really mind about that, so long as it's something that is really going to help you grow in the near future. It is something that we are very open to, and we are very transparent in the way we work. In that we really celebrate the success of our members, and that is something I think I cannot kind of like continue to talk about, but I think something you people should really have at the back of your minds, that being part of us, we are one team, and anything that really happens to someone, we always try our best to support you. If it's a recommendation, we shall be able to write it. So yeah, and then I think that kind of like really marks the more like the end of that part, and I think right now I just get into like a very quick thing about our our 5-year strategy. Sorry about that. So our 5-year strategy as like the Africa Student Support Network. So as a young organization, I think, oh, sorry. Yeah, so as a young organization, I think we definitely have a lot of questions we need to answer. And I think uh, these are strategies that I think we thought about, and these are the key areas of the strategy that I think are going to be very, very kind of like useful to us. So let me just try to kind of like read through them. Okay, it's here. So I also like me sharing with you these strategies so that we can, review them the more. And we don't really, we don't really resist any form of feedback when it comes to the way we operate, because we believe that, everyone can definitely, kind of like reach in. So one of our strategies for this year is, increasing our community visibility and advocacy. So we hope to work more on that. So through engaging our followers on our platforms, social media platforms, and so we think that this once we build this exposure, we shall raise our awareness about our programs, about our cause, but also kind of like this will reinforce our fundraising efforts, and also strengthen our financial muscles as an organization, as we hope to transition from being more donor dependent to the B2 being self-sustainable through our programs. And then another summary of the strategy we have for this for the next 5 years, we hope to explore other sources of income. So stop being more dependent on donors, but also try to kind of like individual donors. So when you look at our fundraising strategy, it looks more on the students, but I think for the start, before we jump into starting our own fundraising, kind of like projects, we just hope to kind of like increase more the donor part of it. So how do we bring more corporate donors into our network? And then we hope to expand our focus area of the initiative to kind of like because right now we're just providing, like, our services within the network are mainly focusing on underprivileged children, but realize that even the people we say are privileged are actually underprivileged, right? All right. So, okay, that is fine, Frank. Yeah. So we shall be, like, focusing our programs from, the underprivileged circle, and we kind of like bring it more to, because even the students we say are privileged from, uh, well-to-do families in Uganda are kind of like underprivileged when it comes to skill development. So we hope to kind of like expand the focus of our initiative to also include such students, because they're also underprivileged in one way or the other. And then we also hope to expand services. So the bigger picture, because as an organization, we think the problems facing the continent are going to grow as the population is growing as well. So we hope to start up programs like AFRI housing. So this is more like trying to provide, viable rental services to people. So like decent homes for people. I think that is going to be another challenge as the population is growing. And also you realize that farming, they're encouraging people to do farming, but there are no support structures for farming. So we hope also to explore into such projects of maybe establishing model farms in the country. And also, I think for this year, like, this is something I really want us to maybe realize is we kind of like have simple projects like to do with Ignite Africa. So this one falls under our leadership program. So we hope to kind of like start holding leadership conferences in the country and stuff like that. So I think that kind of like goes back to what Shiba was also thinking about, like summer programs. So I think that is something that can really come in here. Like we can start simple programs to do with summer and stuff like that. Kind of like, providing an opportunity for people to. Oh, yes, Lydia. These plans are documented, and I'll be sharing them with you by the end of today. All right, and then the big picture is we have, this is something we are thinking about as well, is, constructing a leadership training center, which we call an idea, more like an incubation. Shiba calls it a think tank. Yeah, but we just want to really create that space for people to be able to, want to support the growth of new ideas, we want to challenge the status quo, and we want to mash the holes in the current education system by creating a space where people can, get fill-ups. Yeah. So that is more about our 5-year strategy. Like, that's a very rough summary. Our upcoming programs, we have the Global Giving Accelerator, where we need to raise $5,000 to stay on the donation platform. So the good thing with the Giving Web platform, rather the Global Giving platform, is that once we stay there, we can even raise up to $1 million in a year. So it really has a lot of corporate donors, and I think it's all dependent on how are we kind of like talking about our ideas, how we're talking about our change, and that is just like the big thing here. And then we kind of like have programs structure. We really want to see our programs become more relevant to the people we serve. How do we engage more people in the programs? And how do we make sure that we equip people with the right skill sets that they'll definitely like need? Yeah, so those are some of the things we are looking forward to in the upcoming months. And yeah, we shall also be sharing with you a very new kind of like idea, which I think, yeah, Shiba will definitely take the lead. And yeah, whenever she's ready, she will tell us about it. Um, all right. Yeah, so I think that is really our kind of like uh onboarding session. I just don't know if you have any questions, any additions. Yeah, we could handle that in the remaining minutes, and then I know we shall be more in touch. So I was thinking probably every month we should have maybe like one. compulsory meeting for all of us to kind of like meet and share our updates, how programs are running and stuff like that. But we should also try to ensure that we have like weekly emails coming to you to let you know what is going on. This is something we're going to challenge ourselves, because right now I think we're a bit more spread, and yeah, it can really help. Yeah, so feel free to throw in anything right now, any question, any clarification. Yeah, and then we shall definitely call it a wonderful Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning. Yep. Otherwise, I really thank you for your time.
Martin,
Yes, Lydia.
hi.
Hi, Lydia.
So my question is, so now that we are new and we are supposed to like kind of bring new things on the table, transform, for example, me, I'm the director of programs. So now
Mm,
I think I should have at least a background of what you guys have been up to in detail, so that I can know how to like how to navigate the programs, or what to add, what to not add. Like, are you getting what I'm trying to say?
yeah, I'm really getting that. So, uh, I've been trying to kind of like create folders with most of like our documents, like how programs have been moving in the past. Yeah, so I think I'll be sharing with you that today. I've just like been thinking about kind of like I've been thinking about using the Google Drive or using the Microsoft. Like we have uh like a cloud service right now, and I was just so like I was just thinking of where should I store the information. But right now I think I'll just like share with you the Google links, and then you can be able to run through the programs, and probably we can even meet after to talk about this. I think, does that
Okay.
help? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that helps.
Okay. Yes, Tony, do you have anything to tell us?
Hello. My question is in the chat.
Oh, okay. Could we build the work calendar so that we can be better prepared for sessions and anything else that is intended to give AFRISSUN a competitive advantage? This is definitely something you've always been bringing up, my boy, but I think, okay, to be very honest, I think Shiba is so good at holding people accountable. And yeah, I think she can really help with this, but I can also kind of like come up with a list of events we need to do, and then I can be able to build this. But I think maybe Shiba can do that for us. I don't know if I can do it, but I will definitely, this is something we need to kind of like put in place to ensure that we, yeah, Shiba is willing to help us work on that. And yeah, I'll just like try to get like the programs, like what we need, what needs to get done, and probably what other people intend to get done, and then we can probably work towards kind of like, oh, sorry. Yeah, we can try to, you know, come up with that. I think it will really help us. Yeah, that is really a wonderful question, and I think yeah, we shall be able to do that. Yes, Shiba.
Hi guys. Thanks Martin for the presentation. Thank you Tony for that awesome question. I think like when Martin was talking about like the communications platform, I was also like thinking about how exactly like where can we put all our work and have like communication throughout the whole team. And right now I'm thinking of, so I'm going to think further about this, but the ideas that I'm getting is using a platform called Slack. And Slack is like this platform where like organizations use to do all their work, and it's a very organized platform. But then I also want something that is easy to use, that everyone can use easily, and it's not really like hard to use. So I think I just need to further brainstorm about what platform we can use, but maybe by the end of today is Saturday, maybe by Thursday we could have a platform by then.
Wow. Thank you very much, Shiva, for that. I think we should be looking forward to that. I think I'm also going to try to get our documents in order so that we have a very wonderful kind of like communication. Yeah, so John is kind of like coming logging in and logging off because of connectivity, but Lydia, so John is also Kenyan right now, and yeah, he stays around the Wilson Airport, and hope you we'll get maybe a chance to see each other physically. Yeah, but he's a very wonderful young man.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah. You see, success, progress, excellence is not an action, sorry, an accident, is a result of plan and design strategy that results into a habit. Do you want to elaborate more on this, Tony?
Anyway, so how is everyone?
We are good. We are good.
Trying to avoid using my mouth. My brain is only at about 40%. But yeah, that bit was about, you know, how we look at the whole shape and composition, yeah, of African, and how we actually progress to be able to meet intended goals and results. I don't know, but you've made a projection for the year and then by a month, or you only have the 5 year.
Sorry.
Martin,
I didn't like hear you well.
have you made okay? Have you made by month projections, or we only have the 5 sort of linear?
So I try to kind of like break down our like monthly goals. So I'm trying to use like some template from Giving Way. Sorry, Global Giving. So it kind of like helps us break down monthly goals to kind of like keep track of how we are doing. So I think something I really wanted us to do is that everyone under their program, everyone like would set individual goals. Um, of you know kind of like what they want to achieve by the end of the month or by end of 2 months, and then they could share them with us, because I think that could really help. But what we can do as a network is we could set like main goals, and then people could
Yeah.
set individual goals of how they're going to achieve. I'll be sharing with you a template after this to kind of maybe help us
Okay.
with that, and then yeah.
All right. Then my other take was I had value. So we came up with those things, I think, about 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago or 3 years ago?
3 years.
So yes, I think about 3 years ago. So most of this stuff is old, and we don't want to say old is irrelevant. But if you really have something you feel we can add, yeah, to the values, we simply didn't want to have like 20, yet we could really stick to about 3 or 4, really be able to grasp. So that whole idea. But if you have something you can come up with, you know, if you have a value you feel could go forward with a stronger approach, yeah, then we are welcome to any ideas out there. Yeah, that is an aspect we would call collective wisdom. Yeah, how we get everyone's idea on the same table. Yeah, be able and get the best out of the many opinions. So I don't feel like, you know, things have already been in place. Yeah, anything you bring to AFRISSUN will be able to help our progress in every single way possible. Then the bit I had was, I think, test testing programs, yeah.
Mm.
Yes, test drives would be important. Then you also talked about Facebook Messenger, and then I also Slack. Are those going to serve two different things?
Yeah, so Slack is going to be more about our communication as a team, and I think for Facebook Messenger, like, so you know, we always try to host, maybe like events online, like the Inspiration Podium. So
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger kind of like has new rooms, like similar to the what we're having here, video conferencing feature, which was launched, I think, on Thursday. And it merges Zoom, it merges House Party, it merges Google Meet. So I think it could be a wonderful opportunity to explore, because it also like doesn't have it also like doesn't have like time limit. You can stream live on Facebook, you can stream live on YouTube, like without having any difficulties. So it's a feature I think we could maybe opt to explore. So that is where the Facebook Messenger comes in. Yeah.
All right, so that is good. Then my other small concern was the mentorship program. I don't know how best we really kick that off, yeah. But my approach here is if you want to go somewhere you've never been, yeah, you ask someone that has been there. They
Mm,
may not have the best aptitude there, but at least you really save a lot more and have more productivity and efficiency in
mm,
basically what you're doing. Yeah.
mm,
So I don't know when we really have mentorship because my whole idea was say we have an executive team, yeah, such as
mm,
the one we have now. Yeah. We are looking at mentoring people, but who is mentoring us? And a hard question to answer. But if we, like you said, if we had a personal session such as this by month, but of course within the month we had a session where we invited someone, yeah, that
mm,
has got at the top of the mountain. We are trying to climb, yeah, that would make a lot of sense in that we will be helped to progress on a really faster stretch than we really are doing now. Yeah, we
mm.
talk about people being able to ask for help in case they are stuck. Yeah, I have written here asking for help doesn't mean it. When you ask that have a and you're willing to resolve your weakness, yeah, in the best way possible. So I I have been taking the back seat, yeah, for most of the work we've done. I think the last 9 months. That is why people see all the meetings, but I don't have a post. I don't have a what. I am open to being able to discuss, with anyone that would know more about AFRISSUN and how we really plan to propagate. I don't on content development because I feel it is one of our problems. Yeah, Martin, I don't want to take on content development because I
Mm.
think one of the problems, but I feel down the aisle of, yeah, we can we can do a bit more, yeah, because what is happening is we reserve AFRISSUN to the meetings. We come to meetings, people are happy, they say X, Y, Z, and then everyone goes back. Yeah, I don't want to say different cocoons, yeah, or different areas of and different programs. We talked about 7 hours a week for our work, yeah, but
Mm.
how you meet those 7 hours a week, yeah, becomes the new problem. So I don't know if you can I've thought through that.
Yeah, so
AFRISSUN is to be a critic. Sometimes I know a program has this problem, but
mm,
I'm not very well versed with the solution. So if you think of well enough solution to get people to commit 7 hours a week, yeah, you will have in a way team culture.
Okay.
Because I've also read, or we've all read that, an upward keeps the doctor away. Yeah. So if you can get people to have AFRISSUN on their table every day with so much that approves. Yeah. The other small thing I wanted to talk about accumulated advantage. If we can find a way to do AFRISSUN every day, yeah, make AFRISSUN a priority, yeah, it builds. I don't know if you build the story. It's simply that when he was young, his parents exposed him to, to a lot of technology of that time. Yeah. So after a few years, he had accumulated enough knowledge to be able to come up with an innovation that is still meaningful to date. So I don't know how much we are really injecting into our work positions, leaders. It is a personal question, but yeah, I think that's my take on the call and meeting, yeah, of today. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So thank you, Tony, for that wonderful kind of like feedback. And I just pray that yeah, God kind of like leads us through this, and also we kind of like hold ourselves accountable. We set for ourselves tasks, and we also see where there is need, and we act. Because yeah, we are still growing. I think we're definitely going to try to look through the issues you have kind of like put up. I don't know if you have any suggestions. Like in case you have any suggestions of people we can bring, kind of like have session to have talks with us. I think that is something I've been doing with some other team. Yeah, but I'm also going to try to look for people who can definitely who have experience in non-profit management, education. I feel like if anyone has anyone in mind, we can always write to them and see if that person is willing to come and share with us. Other than that, the meeting is ending in the next 59 seconds. I just hope that in the near future you're going to have a premium Zoom account, or even we don't know. But I just really hope you're able to fund some of these bills, and yeah, we see how everything goes. But other than that, thank you guys for pulling through, and yeah, hope to hear from me by the end of today. And from yeah, let us just keep connected. I think we can create a team, and then we keep connected as well. Yeah, so I'm ending the meeting, and have a wonderful evening, afternoon rather, and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.